Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Headlinesman, umpire Joe Wagner.
Welcome to the pregame show brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. I'm Kyle Smith. That don't matter. This young matters. Aaron Stewart in the round of 32. Deerfield against St. Ignatius. St. Ignatius 7-2. Deerfield 6-3. It's a non-conference game. Winner advances to the round of 16. Loser go home. You're at home. What's it going to take to defend your home turf?
Well, all I know is that I'm coming out here playing for my career to not be over. So I think me and all the seniors, actually the whole team, are just looking forward to keep moving on and keep working through this playoffs run.
It's definitely a unique environment at St. Ignatius College Prep, running the triple option. A lot of teams have had trouble stopping it, but when you need to pass, it seems like you and Petro have that really nice connection. What have you guys worked in the offseason to have that type of chemistry?
Well, as a run offense, I always got to be ready for the pass. So just we throw a lot in practice. I'm ready for whenever it's come to me. So I'm excited. I want to air it out.
The most exciting thing about your running game is the jet sweep. Now, a jet sweep, it takes a long time to develop, but it seems like you have a lot of good chemistry with the left tackle and right tackles. How are you guys able to get out so quickly out in the perimeter?
Practice. That's all. Run it hundreds of times.
As a wide receiver, your senior year, what's your favorite type of route? Fly route, comeback route, post? What do you like to run?
Well, I always love to go, try to head top them, catch it on their head. So I think the go or fade is my favorite route.
Last question of the night. What does it feel like playing in the playoffs? If you guys win 2 games in the playoffs, you'll go to your first ever quarterfinal.
I'm only thinking about this game right now. That's all I'm thinking about. So,
well, a win, you get into the round of 16. It would be back-to-back years in the round of 16. Aaron, good luck.
Thank you.
That's Aaron Stewart. We're going to take a break. You're watching the broadcast between St. Ignatius and Deerfield here on SBS.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun.
As we join senior soloist, 3-sport athlete, Mercedes Curran, for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
Is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. I'm Kyle Smith, alongside my partner in crime and friend, Bob Vilsoe, for another production of SBS. This time around, partner, St. Ignatius has another chance to go to the quarterfinals. They've never done it before. They're looking to avenge last season's loss to Crete-Monee, but to get to the round of 16, they got to win tonight first against a pretty good Deerfield team who won their last 5 games.
Boy, you said a pretty good Deerfield team. It's hard to predict who's going to win this game. They're both undefeated in conference. Deerfield is 6-3. St. Ignatius is 7-2. This is going to be a Donnybrook.
But you got to remember, one of those losses was to the powerhouse in Mount Carmel. So that's almost like a game that didn't even happen. It's like what Belichick would say, we're on to Cincinnati game anytime you play Mount Carmel.
Yeah, no disagreement there. It's just a really good football team that they have to get through to get there from here.
And looks like
State Lightner on the return.
it looks like they did a quick kick. I mean, that was strange. But here we go. 11:58 on the clock. Here we go. 12 minutes and now 11:58. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 47 for St. Ignatius, the Wolfpack, trying to get to their second ever round of 16. Petro, the quarterback, will take the snap. It's a little handoff to Rugai,
all the way.
and there we go. Touchdown, Wolfpack. 53 yards, partner. That didn't take long. In fact, that's the definition of not taking long.
No kidding. Just after I said Deerfield was a good team, they rip off a 50-yard run like that. What a run.
Touchdown, Wolfpack. 6-0, Rugai to the house. And partner, if they don't make any adjustments soon, it's going to be a blowout at St. Ignatius.
Well, it's early to say that. And I was watching the passing attacks and the warm-ups and going to comment about that. This Rugai on the run, though, if you can't stop that, it's going to be a long day for Deerfield. Then they're going to be out quick. But it's too early to say any of that. One play later, it's just a one-score game now.
Touchdown, Wolfpack. Kick is good by Helms. Man, if you didn't get to your seat in time, you certainly missed a heck of a start to the game. St. Ignatius had good field position. Then they make it 7-0 on the kick. We'll stick with the action because the game just got started. 11:50 on the clock. It's 6-0 and 7-0 in favor of St. Ignatius, not Deerfield. We'll get that fixed in a second. But, wow. I mean, I didn't expect St. Ignatius to score in 10 seconds. Did you, partner?
Can't say I did. Yeah, in the first play from scrimmage, basically off tackle to the left side. Deerfield, you can't say that they weren't expecting it. That's what St. Ignatius does. But they just got the right blocks, the right opening, and Rugai, not tired from any previous runs tonight, just ran it to the house. He's got some speed along with his size. But you got to figure they're going to continue to cram the ball down Deerfield's throat on the ground if they can.
Zach Friedman.
What I was going to say earlier about the passing attack, it looked like the St. Ignatius quarterback was passing the ball just a little bit short in the warm-ups, whereas the first time we saw him this year, at least I saw him this year, the passes were in front of the receivers, so I was kind of concerned about underthrowing the receivers. Well, they don't need to throw it to the receivers at all if you're going to run 50 yards downfield every time.
I mean, like, partner, nobody has really stopped the triple option except for St. Patrick, who almost went to the playoffs this year. And, of course, the powerhouse in Mount Carmel, who's favored to win the 7A state championship. So good luck for Deerfield. That's the reason why Deerfield's the lower seed and St. Ignatius has the home game.
Well, that's all true, although I still say do not take Deerfield lightly. They're a strong team and a strong conference. They're undefeated, and so we'll see what they can do to counter. But what they can't do is expect to get it all back on one play. They've got to hammer the ball, whatever they do best. They have a good passing attack, excellent receiver. I'd expect to see the ball in the air a lot more today than St. Ignatius.
And that's not a misprint, folks. Mac Jones is the quarterback, but unlike the Patriots, Bailey Zappi is not the backup.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, there's nowhere to go on that run.
Tony Tirado on the
Wow, Tirado on the tackle. Look, I'm not going to say that Deerfield is shell-shocked. We're only 19 seconds into the game, but that's a lot to take. You give up a 53-yard rush and now a tackle for loss on your first play on offense. 2nd and 12 at the 18. Partner, what do you run here? I would still run it again, even though you lost yardage on your first run.
I think they're more of a passing team. I think we're going to see more passes. We'll see. If it were me, I'd throw something short, quick, maybe to the right where their soft coverage is.
Mac Jones, just a sophomore, out to the sideline. Not a good pass, partner. You want to get that out in front, help your wide receiver get some yards after catch. A button hook route on 2nd and 12, not going to help you there.
I'm not there with you. I think that's exactly what they wanted to do. Throw it short, not worry about anything other than completing it, making a shorter 3rd down. I think they'll go right this time. Of course, I said that last time.
3rd and 7. You could run a screen if you want, but it's not the formation you usually see from a screen. 3 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 in the backfield. Mac Jones looks at his armband, and now he'll reset the offense.
Sounds funny every time you say Mac Jones. I'd throw something short to the right and see if he can run it with some blocking.
Good snap. Pressure comes. Sacked. Big-time sack by Alex Deach.
Deerfield, number 5, Alex Deach.
Partner, you have to wonder, too. Deerfield started the year 1-3. They had to win their last 5 to get into the playoffs. Do you wonder if they have enough energy? Is there enough in the tank to face off against this very tough St. Ignatius team?
Well, I have an opinion about that, right? They played last week. They had plenty of practice in between. I don't think winning those games tuckers you out unless there were some injuries along the way. We haven't heard that. So I'd say they're at full strength, absolutely, as much as they can be. But, obviously St. Ignatius is a very, very strong team and showing it.
It's 4th and 16. They place the ball at the 14. Good snap. Punt is there, and a very nice punt. It backs up the punt returner past the 50. Deach in his own territory with a blocker in front. That's Kemp, and he's brought down inside the 45. 1st and 10 for St. Ignatius, partner. You got to think another touchdown here would kill Deerfield. The game just started, and it could be 14-0 before the fans are fully in their seats.
It could be. If I'm St. Ignatius, so I run that play or the same play to the other side, I would do absolutely the same play and see if Deerfield solves that yet before I would do something different. I'm always in the strategy. You keep doing what works until they stop you.
St. Ignatius possession. They've got 1st and 10. Ball placed at the 44.
And what you're doing now is looking for where Rugai is in the backfield.
It's a triple option, though. Petro likes to run as well. Petro hands off to Rugai. That time it's a small gain, and by small gain I mean 9 yards.
Gain of 10.
All right, so 53 and 9. What's 62 divided by 2? That's 31 yards a carry.
It's funny that you said that. I was thinking the same thing. Okay, now we have a data set of 2 runs, one really long and one 9 yards. I mean, if they're going to run like that, 28 yards or 10 yards a carry, you don't have to pass. And you know what? There's no reason to make sure you've got a passing attack here. What you got to do is make sure you win this game so you can get to the round of 16.
Luckily, you want to be all healthy, but at this point, it's just next man up mentality. If somebody gets hurt, move on and advance.
This would be a good time for a play-action pass.
Rugai in the backfield. They run it again.
Yeah,
we're not seeing any push up front by this defensive line thus far.
No, we're not.
A gain of 4. Good for a Wolfpack. 1st down.
And I also like that Rugai wasn't really tackled there and he kept going. I don't think he was down. The referee blew the whistle and he kept going. But anyway, the ball's at the 30 here.
He's such a patient runner, isn't he? He waits for his blockers, then hits it hard to bring down.
I'm interested to see where he ends up in college. He's also a defensive player, right?
Yeah.
So
it's St. Ignatius. You only have so many people enrolled for the football
right.
team.
So I'm thinking where he goes to college, he'll be on the defensive side. That's just what I'm thinking. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have any inside knowledge here.
Run to Rugai. They stack the box that time. Rugai gets a short gain. It'll be 2nd and about 9 for the Wolfpack.
No gain.
And actually, I didn't like that spot, partner. I thought he got a yard. Remember, it's got to be where forward progress is. Anyway, 2nd and 10 versus 2nd and 9, not big of a difference.
And we can whine about the spot because we are at the 30-yard line where we're broadcasting, so we can see to the inch if he made another inch or not. Now, when the ball's at the other 30-yard line, we're lucky to get within 5 yards of the placement.
You'd like to see Bassett, the D tackle, get some inside penetration here. They've also got on the D-line Jonah Belden. They run Bloss in motion, then a pitch play to Bloss. He's got blockers in front. He's still on his feet at the first down marker. 1st and 10 coming up for the Wolfpack.
This is spelling trouble for Deerfield. They haven't stopped him on the first drive. They're not stopping him on this drive, but they're not even stopping him for no gain, at least not very often, once, right?
We're 7:49 on the clock.
Down to the 19, 1st and 10.
And it's 1st and 10 at the 19. By the way, the text line's open tonight. Your favorite high school, college, or NFL memory, text 330-957-7653. You got to think, two-parter. Deerfield plays in a good conference, but the Chicago Catholic League is such a gauntlet. The teams that St. Ignatius has played has gotten them to this place thus far. Rugai again. It's just way too easy. Barely touched. Touchdown, Rugai. 18 yards. Man, if this was a fight, they would have stopped it by now. It's 13-0 St. Ignatius with 7:44 to go in the first quarter. I think you just got to blitz the rest of the night if you're Deerfield. They're not getting any penetration with their front seven.
Well, you can't overreact to anything, but this is the issue that we have. You know, as a person who was in the same conference as Deerfield, I was at Glenbrook North when I played, right? And it's frustrating when you play these Catholic League schools because they can recruit from all over.
Kick is good by Helms. 14-0 St. Ignatius. This is not your grandfather's St. Ignatius. This is a powerhouse. It's 6-8 now, led by their quarterback, Jake Petro. We'll take a 15-second break. You're watching the Wolfpack against the Warriors here on SBS.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Back to the action at St. Ignatius. Fornelli Field. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Bob Vilsaway. It's loud and exciting here at Fornelli. Not a big student section, so that's really not a problem for Deerfield. The problem is they can't stop the run.
Well, that's odd, though. Last few times we've been here, that student section has been absolutely full, and you are right. They can't stop the run. And that, if you can't stop the run, you may as well hang it up.
Because that's all St. Ignatius does.
Well,
triple option.
They're so good at it. Well, Petro has been turned into a real good quarterback when he passes the ball as well. So it's not just a triple option. It's a threatening triple option, all three. He can run, he can roll out, he can run, and, of course, he's got a good arm, and he's good downfield now.
Deerfield possession. They're going to mark the ball just at the 20. You can't panic if you're the Deerfield offense partner, but you got to find ways to get 3 or 6 on the board. If you don't get points on the board, at least get a couple of first downs and help out your field position.
You have to learn how to play the game here. We are 80 yards away, so you got to get the ball downfield, get your first down, then get your second first down. Take it slow. You're not going to get it all back on one play.
Mac Jones, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff. Instant flag. You got to wonder, partner, was it illegal motion by the Deerfield offense?
That's very likely, and that's what it is. That's what the signal is from the referee.
It's a flag on the play. Clock stops at 7:34. And it's a legal shift against Deerfield. You got to think, too, partner. I don't know if this exactly comes into the field of play, but a long drive from Deerfield, bad traffic on 94. Are the kids tired at all from that commute, or they're just being shell-shocked right now by St. Ignatius?
Well, there is absolutely something to that. Our volleyball team won all our conference games at home and lost all our conference games on the road. There is something to getting on and off that bus where the other team is waiting for you. They're home cooking. It's just there's something about getting on the bus. It's harder to win on the road.
They run the tight end in motion that time, and Berger. Handoff. Good job. On the second attempt, ball loose, and the Warriors luckily get it back. Lucas Pollock, one of their best players.
They were very fortunate to pounce on that ball. You're down 14 and giving St. Ignatius the ball at the 20-yard line.
10 at the Warrior 20-yard line.
Right now, as I've calculated, Rugai's rushing. He's got 3 rushes for 80 yards. Not the guy you want to give a short field position to. That's 26 yards per carry if you're calculating at home. That's pretty good.
And not even halfway through the first quarter. Well, Deerfield needs to take it one play at a time, one snap at a time, get back in it slowly.
Handoff. That was the wrong read by the quarterback, as it's a short gain for Deerfield. Partner, if Mac Jones had ran with it, faked the handoff, he would have gotten 5 or more yards up the middle. He's a young quarterback, just a sophomore, but that's something he's going to learn the hard way. It's now 3rd and 22. Third and 7, sorry. Ball's at the 23. This is such a crucial play for Deerfield right now. It's been a fun one at St. Ignatius, especially if you're a fan of the Wolfpack.
Yeah, especially if you're the home team.
Another flag. What's going on with Deerfield, do you think, partner?
Nerves? I don't have a good answer.
That was a false start against the Warrior. Back
False start.
5. It'll be 3rd and 12 at the 18.
You almost think you haven't seen anything good from the offense.
Not yet.
A lot of flags, a fumble. Maybe just run the ball and punt. A million bad things could happen if you pass here.
Well, and 12 yards to go. Yeah, you don't want an interception. I think you got to stay aggressive, though. Again, you go back to what you have in your playbook for a 3rd and 12 play. But it's early in the game. The defense can tighten and the offense can get loose.
3rd and 12, another flag. This time it's on the wide receiver. He plays both wide receiver and tight end, and Jack Berger.
Backs him up 5.
Another 5.
This is like the Bad News Bears of football. What has happened to Deerfield? They won their last 5 to get into the playoffs, but they also started 1-3.
From the Warrior.
Well, none of those wins, though, were against St. Ignatius, and that's, I guess, all you can say.
It's impressive, partner. They didn't have football for 40 years. Now they've got it, and they certainly know how to play it. Rugai with both of their touchdowns, but you got to give credit to this offensive line as well. Up the middle. Runs to the right, partner. If he had run straight up the middle, he might have broken some tackles.
It looked like there was more opening up the middle if he kept going, but he decided to go wide and avoid a little bit of contact that way. But whatever, 4th down, now you got to kick it.
And I hate to be, lecturing and being nerdy with math talk, but
From the Warrior 23.
the quickest space between 2 points is a straight line. Anytime you go east and west after going straight, it's harder to gain those yards because the defense has more time to regroup.
Yeah, but we're also at the different angle than he was at. It could have been a big linebacker right in his way that we didn't see. But yeah, it looked like he had more yardage to gain up the middle. Maybe he figured he'd get tackled up the middle, but instead, by going wide, maybe he could break it.
It's a decent punt, and it's going to take a Warrior hop. Ball at the 35, then picked up at the 36 by Zach Chalmers.
So this is where
35. Wolfpack begin their drive at their own 35-yard line.
St. Ignatius is sure in the driver's seat now. They're up by 2 scores. I don't think of it as 14 points. I think of it as 2 scores and the ball still just in the first quarter. So at this rate, 56-0.
It's a Warriors team that they really like to grind games out. That Maine West game, they won 13-7. St. Ignatius, they just like to run you out of the building. They beat Marmion 35-0.
Yeah.
DePaul College Prep, they won that game 35-0. They like to run and gun and have lots of fun.
You just get the feeling that St. Ignatius is on a mission here. You know, they're 14-0 in the first quarter on the first 2 drives, and they are just letting Deerfield have it. They're on a mission to get back to that quarterfinal or maybe semifinal or maybe even win it all.
They've never been to the quarterfinal. Last year they lost to Crete Monee. Me and Bob were here at that game.
Another flag.
This one's probably on the
By the
offense.
carry, no gain. Stuffed at the line by number 33, Nathan Margillis.
Margillis will get credited for the tackle.
Well, we'll see what the penalty is about.
The offense moving back, so it looks like it's going to be on the offense.
The referees are trying to give the game back to the Deerfield here.
Illegal shift on the Wolfpack. Backs us up 5.
Legal shift on St. Ignatius. You know, they said it was going to be in the high 40s tonight, but it feels like 55. It's not that bad.
It's not, I wouldn't say balmy, but I was expecting it to be a lot cooler. This is perfect. Oh my gosh, perfect football weather to be playing in. I'm a little too bundled up here. I've got like 5 layers, expecting it to, totally plummet temperature-wise, but this is very comfortable.
Imagine if Justin Fields' job was this easy. Just hand it off to Montgomery and he gains 200 yards rushing.
Well, I sometimes that happens.
Hand off to Bloss. No, it's Kemp. Kemp with space in front.
A game-saving,
yeah, you could say that.
Touchdown-saving tackle.
You could say that's a game-saving tackle. You score there on a long gain. That would have been 69 yards for Kemp, who's going to be playing this college ball at Yale.
Gain of
After you already gave up a 53-yarder.
at midfield.
I mean, partner, I think you're going to have to start cheating those linebackers out to east and west, because that's where they like to run. They like to run those jet sweeps. Force St. Ignatius to run it up the middle.
I mean, if you do that, then you see more Rugai up the middle. I mean, first things first, you got to stop Rugai. He's the bread and butter on this offense. Then St. Ignatius smartly will then go wide, and you got a lot to stop.
And we haven't even seen Petro yet.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown it. No need.
Handoff. And a good stop, but a big gain by Deech, tackled by Herzberg.
Drew Herzberg.
Even that was a good tackle. If that tackle doesn't get made, he probably gets a first down.
I mean, this is exciting. You never expect any running play to go to the end zone, but that's what's happening right now for St. Ignatius.
It looks like almost any run has the potential. But I think Deerfield will settle into their defense and slow the offense down. The question then becomes, can Deerfield's offense get back in this?
Once again, the text line open. Your favorite high school, college, or NFL memory. Text 330-957-7653. Petro, under center, 2nd and 5 of the 45. Handoff.
Another
He's
touchdown.
Gone. Touchdown, Kemp. 45 yards to the house. Let's see what touchdown dance he does. That's a little jump up into his teammates. Bestry was there. Wow, 21-0. We're not even in the second quarter yet.
Helms the kick.
Partner, you might see the backup quarterback for St. Ignatius before halftime. This is unreal.
Well, backup quarterback, backup defensive line, backup offensive line, backup running backs.
Good snap, good hold. Helms with the kick, goes straight through.
Kick is good.
It's 21-0 St. Ignatius. We'll take a 30-second break here on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Back to the action at St. Ignatius College Prep. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Bob Vilsaway. We apologize for any technical difficulties.
Helms to kick. Pollock and Friedman back deep for the Warriors.
Deep for the Warriors. We are pre-recording in both 720 and 1080p. It's a good return for Deerfield.
Touchback.
Yeah, sorry.
And stuffed right. Tried to go off tackle left and was stuffed easily by St. Ignatius. 2nd down and 10.
OGB Uguche on the stop. No gain.
We'll get live that score up in a minute.
Deerfield 2nd and 10 here.
Second and 10, ball at the 20. Help comes. And it was a screen pass over the middle, dropped by Deerfield's Zach Chalmers.
So brings up 3rd and 10.
M. Cohen, incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 10 at the Warrior 20.
We have the PA system right above us, so it's hard to hear when they turn that on.
Sure is, partner. 3rd and 10 at the 20. It's all St. Ignatius right now.
Again, a big play for Deerfield. They got to get at least one first down. That's not going to do it.
coverage
Pass
and
is
a
thrown
late
short.
flag.
And the flag, probably interference.
Pass intended
First
for
down.
number 3, M. Cohen, incomplete. There's a flag on the play.
Initial indication it's going to be something on the defense, probably pass interference, and it'll be a first down.
Well, that's exactly what St. Ignatius, Deerfield needed.
That's exactly right. Now they get a chance for 3 more plays and maybe move the chains a little bit more. $15-yard penalty from the original scrimmage. It's amazing how that happens, right? It's a pass 5 yards downfield. Would have been short of the first down, but instead it turns into a 15-yard penalty.
Good first down for the Warriors at their own 35.
First and 10, ball at the 35. Handoff. Out to the left. He gets past Torado and then forced out that time by Kemp.
John Kemp on the stop.
Not too many yards, just 3 yards downfield, but they at least
Gain
ran
4.
something that gained some positive yards. So second down and 6.
The Warrior, 39.
So they've got a wide to the right opportunity here. If they can run that way, sweep that way, maybe they can get a little bit more yardage that way. They're on the left hash mark. Looking at the sideline to get the play call here. Look at the wrist to see what the coach was telling him to do. Right up the middle. It's not going to go very far. So third and 5. I felt like after the running back spun around, he almost dove on the ground. After the spin, I felt like he could have kept going for a couple, 2 or 3 more yards, but they're giving him no gain on the play. And we got third and 5, maybe third and 6 here.
Third and 6 coming up. We do apologize for the
Another
technical
big play for Deerfield to see they got out of it before because of a lucky penalty.
Third and 6, shotgun formation, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Clean pocket, and then it's not. Justin Scott, the 5-star recruit, ball loose, but he was already down.
While you were saying clean pocket, I was thinking to myself, define clean pocket. He's about to get sacked.
It was clean, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
You got to get that ball out quick when Justin Scott is on your butt like that.
So 4th and a mile here.
You could consider going for it, but
No, you don't go for it with 4th and 20 here.
Brings up 4th down.
well, you can't stop the Wolfpack, but then again, if you can't stop the Wolfpack, you're not going to win anyway, so just hope for the best on defense.
Well, and they haven't shown that they can gain more than 10 yards on a play, let alone 20. So you got to punt this away and get back into the game, point at a time.
Beach back deep from the Wolfpack.
4th and a mile. Good punt. That's the only good thing that's gone right for Deerfield in this game. And it's going to be covered up by Brady Mills. Partner, you'd like for Brady to just let that ball hop. It looked like it was going to take a friendly Deerfield roll for another 3 or so yards.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if they don't keep a stat like down footballs or something. They got maybe a little selfish and grabbed the ball. Or maybe just Deerfield wanted to take a feel of the ball there. St. Ignatius put the ball ahead. 3 scores now.
Man, this
And I
song
also
is
wonder
old.
what creativity St. Ignatius is going to use to get downfield this time.
21-0. Jake Petro with the ball under center with 19.8 on the clock. He's going to pass this time. Rolls outside the pocket, looks downfield. He's got a man for Bestry, completed. Breaks through a tackle. Touchdown pass, Bestry.
1 play later, a 60-yard bomb downfield. He had some zip on the ball, too.
It was a little underthrown, but other than that,
Well, the receiver
nice
just beat the defender to the ball is all
Yeah.
it turned out. He kind of threw up a 50-50. It looked like it should have been intercepted, let alone knocked down.
How about that, partner? Sammy Bestry, he loses his kicking job to Henry Helms, but he's found a niche at running back and wide receiver. Touchdown pass from Petro, touchdown reception to Bestry, 27-0. The onslaught is on at St. Ignatius.
Yeah, and that took, 9 seconds off the clock on that pass.
Yeah, 9 seconds still remain on that clock. Good snap, good hold, good kick.
Kick is good.
When things are
20.
going well, things are going well. That kick looked like it was going into the next zip code through those uprights.
28-0. That is not a misprint. It's all Wolfpack here at Fort Alley Field, home of the Wolfpack.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
$28-0 in favor of the Wolfpack here on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. Deerfield will get the ball back.
Comes on the kick. Friedman Pollock back deep for the Warriors.
It's kind of a tradition of mine, but you multiply this 28 times 4. I don't think I can do that math anymore.
Into the end zone it goes.
Touchback.
First and
Warriors
10.
begin their possession at their own 20-yard line.
Again, you just have to take it one play at a time, get a first down, get a second first down. But St. Ignatius is proving to be way too strong for Deerfield today. I was expecting a much, much, much closer game with Deerfield having a chance to win, but I guess not.
Look, man, we saw how heartbroken the Wolfpack were last year. They're on a mission. They're going to lose a lot of seniors, Petro, Rugai among them. This is their last chance. You can see it tonight. They are on a mission not only to win, but embarrass anybody who thought that St. Ignatius was not a #1 seed coming into this tournament.
Exactly right. And they're going to be a fun team to watch during this state tournament.
Good luck to Belvedere North or Grays Lake Central. Those would be the teams they play in the next round. Handoff up the middle. Gets a couple of yards. I mean, partner, this score could be worse. Remember, Deerfield fumbled, and they luckily got it back.
Oh, yes, for sure.
It's 28-0.
Led by Tony
Will they score 28 points every quarter? We'll see. Wolfpack up by 4 touchdowns here on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
on the 20.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
$28-0, second quarter of action. We tried it in a higher HD quality, but just didn't cooperate. So we're back to 720.
So what we have to do is go back to the first quarter and look at the quality of the picture and the second quarter, see which we like better.
2nd and 22. Mac Jones in the offense, trying to regroup.
Still blows my mind whenever you say that.
Another flag. Sack.
Jones caught in the backfield.
Partner, we might see it be 40-0 before halftime, which means running clock.
Yeah, that running clock is no fun. But on the other hand, neither is a 112-0 game.
Shout-outs to Mimi Doyle for continued Wolfpack support. Eleanor Manning, future Wolfpack, happy 12th birthday. And Patty Ahern, a.k.a. Mrs. Beasley. Probably pronounced Ahern, actually.
Yeah, we like it when you get those notes from people to shout out people.
It's 3rd down and 15 from the Warrior 15-yard line.
And I need to shout out for Deerfield to get something going offensively. It's not looking good for the Warrior faithful.
Right now, it's just going backwards, right?
3rd and 14. Ball at the 16. Dropped over the middle. It wouldn't have been a first down anyways. Toronto was there on the coverage.
This is just one giant struggle.
They took a one-way ticket onto the struggle bus tonight, partner, for Deerfield.
Yeah, they sure did. Okay, down 4 scores, right? They're going to punt the ball almost from their own, well, maybe even in their own end zone. St. Ignatius is going to get the ball back at midfield early in the second quarter with the opportunity to score 4 more touchdowns in this quarter.
You got to think, too, partner, what's the score when you want to take Petro out? 42-0, 49-0?
The coach knows where he's going to do that, but I don't even think the coach thought he was going to be ahead 28-0 in the fourth quarter.
Deech back deep for the Wolfpack.
Good snap.
It's going to be, almost blocked.
Pretty decent kick. Deech yells out poison, and Deerfield will go after it. It'll be picked up at the 40-yard line. Dylan Zuber was there. I mean, Petro hasn't had to do much, partner. He's just handing it off to Rugai Kemp, pitching it out to Bloss, and everybody's getting the job done for him.
Yeah, Deerfield's is overmatched at the point of contact, but St. Ignatius is pushing them wherever they want to go.
Jake Petro led St. Ignatius to their first ever round of 16 appearance last year as a junior. As a senior, looking to do a lot more than that. Rugai gets some push up front and then tackled hard.
Number 2, Alex Vern on that stop.
Vern credit with the tackle. Chalmers on the assist.
Yeah, you can see why he's so tough to stop. He was stopped cold after he gained 5 yards. Then a nice spin move. It looked like there was some green there and just fell down.
Gain is 7 down to the Warrior 33-yard line.
Keeps his legs moving, his vision ahead of him. It's a good runner.
And as the coaching staff for St. Ignatius, they can't think, we have to worry about injuries. You can't worry about injuries, but you also have to worry about when is the score out of hand when we take out the starters. Petro on the play action. Wide open to Deech, right down the sideline. Into the red zone, close to the end zone, did not get in.
Yeah, it'll be first and goal here.
And as good as a pass that was, partner, that was way too easy. Where was the coverage from Deerfield?
Well, exactly, where was the coverage? But what I was impressed with is the speed of the ball that Petro delivered. I mean, that had some pace on the ball from the center of the field to the sideline. And then his foot was barely out. I mean, 6 or 8 inches to the right. That might be another touchdown. We're real close to the end zone. It looks like about the 1 yard line or so.
Honestly, it's getting to a point where St. Ignatius could just take a knee to let the clock run and then kick field goals to put this one away. Not that they would do that. But.
Yeah, we saw that one time with like sophomores or freshmen. No sense in clobbering them that bad. But you're in a playoff game here. I'd get it in the end zone.
Handoff up the middle, waiting for the signal. Touchdown Wolfpack. Rugai again, 3 touchdowns. But that was all set up. Nice pitch and catch from Petro over to Deech. That set up the touchdown. It's now 34-0.
Yeah, it's way too easy. You're right.
Blaskovich to hold, Helms to kick.
Now see if he kicks this one into the next zip code.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and good. It's 35-0. St. Ignatius here on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Helms on the kick, ball creeping back deep for the Warriors. Jump around. Jump around. Jump up again.
Kickoff coming up for St. Ignatius. Henry Helms on the kick. And it goes into the end zone. 1st and 10 coming up for Deerfield.
Warriors take over at their own 20-yard line.
With a minor deficit of 35 points to try to make up. This is also the spot in the game, too, where the coach has to decide, do I want to keep going with the seniors? Do I want to put some other people in to get some looks for next year, some experience?
1st and 10 coming up for Deerfield. Ball at the 20-yard line. Handoff out to the sideline, and St. Ignatius there on defense for the tackle.
Yeah, with Deerfield being 5-0 in their own conference, one wonders what the rest of the strength in that conference is. Or better yet, how strong is St. Ignatius being able to roll over Deerfield like this of all teams?
2nd and 6 at the Warrior 24.
2nd and 6 to 24. Ogwuche was there on the tackle.
Deerfield taking their time. I like what they're doing, though. Make the plays work. Execute the plays. Don't worry about the clock.
Fakes the handoff. Jones out to the left. Breaks through a tackle. Then Helms there with a nice open field tackle. Just bruising his way forward and finishing the hit.
Helms on the stop.
It had a hint that he could break that tackle. He could keep going, but boy, that tackle was solid after that. He's tripped up just a little bit to slow him down.
4 down territory coming up for the Warriors, 3rd and 3.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that way.
Not ideal though, partner, but you're down 35.
You'd have 11 blitzing St. Ignatius people, and you get tackled behind the line, then they get the ball to 20. I mean, the Wolves smell blood here.
3rd and 3, and for St. Ignatius, obviously you'd love the shutout for the fans, but you want to get the win, so you're going to blitz and try to get a sack, a pick. You give up the touchdown on one-on-one coverage, you live with it.
Right, there's so much pride in a shutout, absolutely true. Got the first down, though, good for Deerfield.
Clock stops briefly at 8:23.
Nick Belts on the coverage, gain of 3, good for a Warrior first down.
And they'll reset the clock. In a game like this, partner, it's always warmer when the other team's winning. When you're down 35-0, it feels a couple degrees colder.
Yeah, it probably does. For me, it feels a couple of degrees warmer. These 5 layers are working.
Mama didn't raise no fool. You came prepared tonight. Fumbled snap. Actually fumbled handoff, and it's picked up by Deerfield.
Back, are they?
They got it back.
Recovered by the Warriors.
So you're losing by 5 touchdowns and you're fumbling. And a 5-0 team in conference.
Not everything can be blamed on the quarterback tonight, but that's on the quarterback. Got to have a nice handoff out to your running back.
So we're blaming the handoff on the quarterback on that play? I think had a hard time seeing whose fault it was. I'm just going to say it's a fumble.
It's not a forced fumble, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
2nd and 11, ball to 30. I think eventually you got to take a shot downfield. You're down by 5 touchdowns. Clean pocket for Jones. Late pressure, though. And the intended target was Friedman. Partner, you're going to have to keep the tailback in the backfield to pick up the blitz because Mac Jones has just not have enough time in that pocket.
It sounds so familiar. Mac Jones didn't have a lot of time in the pocket against the Bears either, right? But I think what you got to do is you say throw it downfield. I'm thinking short passes, get 5 yards, get first downs. Just maintain possession of the ball.
If you're wondering, Deerfield does not have a lot of veteran leadership at the quarterback position. If you want to make a change at quarterback, the backup's a sophomore too. So you know how sometimes you play the young guy because he's speedier and he's got more energy in a sense. There's no savvy veteran to go to. The backup's a sophomore.
Well, imagine how Deerfield feels. They're 5-0 in conference with the sophomore quarterback.
Pass over to the left. He gets it over to Pollock.
Number 11, Lucas Pollock. Dorado and Belts on the stop.
It just has not gone the way for Deerfield, and that's putting it lightly. They like to run the ball. They like to use Pollock as the lead blocker out on the edge. He's good at catching too, but
details, right?
4th and 4 at the Warrior.
I mean, you got to go for it. Punting's not, well.
No, you can't go for it.
But they can't stop the Wolfpack. I mean, it'd be different if they showed any kind of positive energy on defense. We've seen nothing on defense from Deerfield.
Well, still, you'd like to see the Wolfpack go 70 yards, not 30 for a touchdown.
Deech back deep.
Well, they've almost blocked 2 punts. This could be blocked.
They have gotten very close.
Good snap. That
Good
one's
punt,
another
though.
decent punt. Deech on the return.
And a fumble?
Did he touch it?
I bet he did.
Deerfield says he did. It's going to be close. I think he just missed it.
No, I think he got it. Let's see what they call.
I don't think he touched it.
I haven't seen anything from the referees yet. They're discussing it. This is when you need the high-definition replay cameras. So play it back on YouTube and see if
Not sure
he
what
touched
Deech
it.
was thinking there. You're up 5 scores. It's going to be a bad punt.
The Wolfpack 37-yard
Just let it go and let it bounce.
Yeah, so they say he didn't touch it. Boy, that's a hard look from here.
And they're closer than we are. If they say he didn't
Yeah.
touch, he probably didn't.
Except they're right across from us. But, yeah, obviously they're right there on the field. And, by the way, their opinion counts.
Even if you disagree with their opinion's all that matters.
That's right.
They're always going to make 50% of the fan base is happy and 50% of the fan base is angry.
Well, only here is probably 80% of the fan base happy.
Yeah, it seems like there's more Deerfield fans than St. Ignatius fans
You think
tonight.
so?
Little pitch
Flag.
play to the left, flag, most likely going to be a legal motion.
Pitch to Tommy Blas.
Big time block from Bestry.
No gain, there's
He's
a-
not looking like a former kicker tonight. He's got a touchdown reception and a huge block on the edge.
He's increasing his stock for next year.
Hey, kickers are people too. Did you ever watch that video back when Pat McAfee was a player and he drilled Tristan Holiday out of bounds?
Illegal shift against the Wolfpack.
I can't say I remember that one.
We'll watch it at halftime.
Down.
Tristan Holiday thought that he had the edge, and then Pat McAfee said, even though I'm a punter, I don't think so. Drilled him out of bounds.
The penalty is declined.
Yeah, I would decline it too.
So 2nd and 11.
You want to get the ball back, and the quickest way to do that is
At the Wolfpack
2nd and 8 instead of 1st and 15.
Right. There's a big guy that just went in. 2 downs make the first down instead of 3 downs when they're cracking off 20 and 30 and 50-yard runs.
They bring in 89 for the offense for St. Ignatius. Handoff to Rugai with space out in front. It looked like he was going to score again, then a late tackle by the Warriors.
24, Quinn Szymanski.
It was delivered by Szymanski.
There's a timeout on the field.
Timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching St. Ignatius against Deerfield here on SBS.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sport.
I'd say 15, but okay.
5:47 on the clock.
Tony, second half only.
$35-0 in favor of the Wolfpack.
It's 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack at the Warrior 43-yard line.
Jet sweep for the Wolfpack. Everything's working right now. Late flag. Could be a hold.
Looked like perfect execution. Clearly the referee didn't think so.
Number 28, Joe Tony on the carry. There's a
Well,
flag on the play.
it was perfect execution because they cheated.
That's one way to look at it, right? Well, first we'll find out what the laundry is about. Looks like they're moving back, like you said, probably a hold.
Holding against the Wolfpack.
Henry Hughes is 28. Decent run out to the right, but it's coming back.
So now they got 3 downs, get 20 yards. About. Looks like about 16 or 8 yards to go ish.
1st and 18 for the Wolfpack at the Warrior 49-yard line.
First and 15, ball at the 49. Handoff off the left.
Rugai in the carry.
They gave it to Rugai again, and why not? At one point, he had 3 rushes for 80 yards.
Gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 11. At the Warrior 44.
Well, at least they'll keep the starters in for the first half.
Second 11, ball at the 44. And probably going to be false start against the Wolfpack.
False start on the Wolfpack. Backs him up 5. It'll be 2nd and 16. The Warrior 49.
Yeah, I was just wondering what the ref actually saw on that. Looked like the hike was low and the quarterback almost dropped the ball to the ground, but that didn't look like a false start to me. But obviously the ref saw something I didn't. I just don't know what they saw.
It looked a little unnatural off the snap.
Right.
Play action, clean pocket for Petro. Out to the right to Stewart. We had in the pregame show, breaks through a tackle.
Petro's pass.
What's wrong with the offense? They only gained 5 yards that time.
Another flag?
Illegal shift against the Wolfpack.
Their legal shift by the Wolfpack.
So 3rd and about 16 then.
2nd and 16.
2nd and 16.
Correction, 2nd and 21.
So 2nd and 21 is where the ball ended up.
46.
Well, there's still another half to play. If the Wolfpack score again to make it 42-0, Petro will probably not play till next Saturday or Friday.
Yeah, see, that's the temptation, and that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, at the same time, you're in the playoffs. You don't want to rob him of some valuable reps.
Out to Kemp to the left. Actually, it's Bloss.
Yeah, that's the tough coaching decision. Do you let him play, risk injury, right, or do you not let him play, and then they don't get as many reps? It's a tough call.
Bloss on the carry.
And that's why the coach, especially this coach, gets the big bucks, because he's done so well with this team.
And I apologize, 28 is Jake Stevenson, not Henry Hughes. MaxPreps.com lied to me.
At the Warrior 48-yard line.
Well, you don't want to turn the ball over here, partner. Probably just going to run it up the gut and punt.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. That's a good question. I think I'd layer it out. Still the first half. You're only ahead 42.
35 right now.
35.
They run Stevenson in motion. Petro will roll out to the right.
That could work.
He's got room in front. First down and more for Bloss.
Tommy Bloss on the reception.
Well, they had good coverage originally on the play, partner, but it just took too long to get to the quarterback, and once that happens, routes start to open up for the wide receivers.
That's exactly right. Petro extended the play, rolled to his right, to the wide side of the field, which makes it a lot easier, to a wide open receiver, and ran the rest of the way. It can't say exactly they aired it out because it was a short pass, but the run after catch got the first down. So with 2:34 to go in the game, in the half, I should say. See if they
feels
can
like
get that,
the game.
Yeah, see if they can get that 42 points.
Out to the left, blockers out in front, and good open field tackle.
Bloss on the carry, brought down by 24, Quinn Szymanski.
Szymanski on the tackle for Deerfield.
Gain of 3, 2nd
No
and
2-minute
7.
warning since we play NCAA rules and not high school rules.
Warrior 17.
I think that 2-minute warning is so commercials can happen. Everybody can see the clock. They know there's 2 minutes to go. You don't need an extra time out there except for a commercial, right?
Well, it also extends the game because it gives the defense an extra timeout to get the ball back on a punt.
Yes, it does. A free timeout.
Pitch play over to Stevenson. And good job getting penetration on the pitch play.
Joe Tony in the carry, no gain. Chased down by number 8, Zach Chalmers. Third and 7.
I like what St. Ignatius is doing, though. It's run up the middle, Rugai, right, then run left, then run right, but they're running very, very wide. So it's forcing the Deerfield to have to do a lot of chasing. Then mix in an occasional
on the field.
Play-action pass, and just Deerfield's had a struggle the whole game here. I think Deerfield called that timeout. Is that what I heard?
Well, it makes sense. They're trying to get the ball back. Timeout Deerfield will take a timeout as well. You're watching the Wolfpack against the Warriors here on SBS.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
No, it's going to end their season kind of in a sad note. But for a very good team, like I said, I wonder about those other teams in that same conference. St. Ignatius is really powerful here.
Their passing play for Petro.
All the time in the world.
Rolls out to the right. It was a 3-man rush for Deerfield. Right downfield. Good completion.
Tony under reception.
It was 3rd and 17.
Down to the 1
3rd and 7 at the 17.
First and goal, Wolfpack.
And now it's 1st and goal at the 1. Clock restarts with 50 seconds to go. And St. Ignatius doesn't have to score, but looks like they'll get one more play
I think they're going to give it a shot. The question is on the ground or in the air. If it's in the air, it's a touchdown. If it's in the air but incomplete, that stops the clock again.
Run up the gut to Rugai. It's close. The Wolfpack say they got it, and they did. 41-0. Wow. This is the game of the year for the Wolfpack, and they showed it tonight. This is the best game they played all year.
Against a very strong team. I'm not believing my eyes.
Look, the game's clearly over for Deerfield. Do you consider a quarterback change to try something new going into next season, put in some new personnel, throw the white flag, and put in the seniors in the second half?
That kick got blocked?
Got blocked, yeah.
Yeah, if I'm Deerfield, I would absolutely. I don't know about the quarterback specifically, but absolutely I would put in some players that might not normally have gotten in this game to see what you've got for next year, to give them some playing time, to give them some experience in this game.
That would be different than, obviously, the seniors aren't coming back unless they failed some math classes. But so you're more about putting in the best players that are going to be juniors and seniors next year versus all the seniors?
I think at this point, when you're down this far, I mean, the seniors who got you here, in this game, they're down 42-0. I think it's okay to see what you got coming next year at this point.
Would you put in some of the backup seniors?
That's a great question there. I think I would be more inclined to put in people who are going to help me next year. But, yeah, I mean, that's a good question. Every coach is going to answer that one different. But the coaching in me would say I want the players who are going to play next year to get some of that experience.
St. Ignatius will have a home game next week if Belvedere North wins. They'll have to go on the road if Grayslake wins. So there's a lot of Wolfpack fans watching this broadcast that are rooting for Belvedere.
Right. I can see people sitting at home with 2 PCs, right? And each one has a different stream on it. Or in our case, a broadcast on it.
Kick out deep inside Deerfield territory. Returned that time by 22. That's Jonah Belden, and a big hit. Might have been helmet to helmet as there's a late flag.
Yeah, I think, I think in this case, so Deerfield just run this clock out, go back to halftime and lick the wounds and figure out what they're going to do next.
There's a flag on the play.
I disagree. I think you just got to try to get 6 points. Just run fly routes. You're not going to get it, but now remember the clock stops on a first down, so Deerfield should have 1 timeout left. You can either call the timeout or spike it for 2 more plays. That's what makes it so interesting with these NCAA rules, is the clock stops on a first down. So,
yeah, but you got to go downfield in 22 seconds.
Well,
that won't happen. That's like 2 plays at the most. But I think we'll see what they do. A fly pattern or just run it.
Could run the hook and ladder or a trick play if you want to.
That's the thought. This would be the time to try that.
They're going to run
There's
it
your
instead.
Run to the right. Maybe you can go out of bounds and get another run to the right. Ooh, he's down
trying to do.
inbounds, clock running.
Thrown on the carry, number 7, Jake Lawler on the tackle.
They've just shut down Vincent Skiarone tonight.
Gain of a yard.
I mean, who do you interview in the post-game show for St. Ignatius? It was a complete team effort tonight.
How many players are on this roster?
I probably would go with Bestry. I mean, that was impressive. He lost his kicking job and caught a touchdown pass. Pretty impressive for the young
That
man.
would be a good choice. You could talk to him about that. How'd you feel about not kicking anymore, but now you're on the field gaining more yards?
He gets more points for a touchdown than a field goal.
Yeah, that's true.
He scored on senior night against DePaul. It's 41-0. If you're a Wolfpack fan, enjoy the game. If you're a Deerfield fan, well, I hear there's some good TV shows on tonight.
Oh, no.
We'll see what happens in the second half. It's all Wolfpack as we go to break here on SBS.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcast. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics. And we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics. And we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Heisman voting, and his favorite wide receiver finished first. Yet, CBS Sports lists him as only the 25th best NFL prospect, and Todd McShay and Mel Kiper have him as the third quarterback taken, behind Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. So why are so many people projecting him to be just a late first rounder with such explosive stats? Well, it's because Jones is not without his question marks. For one, he is still somewhat unproven. He only had one spectacular season, whereas Lawrence and Fields both have been proven passers for a few years. He wasn't highly touted out of high school and didn't start for Alabama until late in his second year. And, frankly, few NFL teams selecting after Jones' hometown Jaguars and the New York Jets in this year's draft have outrageously glaring quarterback needs to the point that they'd have no chance of winning games in 2021 unless they address the position. However, you can definitely make the argument that Carolina should think quarterback in round 1, and the Washington football team might need an immediate answer at signal caller due to Alex Smith's always questionable durability in the pocket. Additionally, Jones has had some off-the-field scares, with a DUI charge in 2017 and a subsequent one-game suspension. Granted, 2017 was a long time ago and at the end of his teenage years, but still, dropping under the influence is no laughing matter. With Mac Jones currently projected as a late first-rounder, one team is undoubtedly considering taking a chance on the Heisman candidate.
The Bears. The Bears.
The Chicago Bears, after weaseling their way into the playoffs, are currently projected to pick around the 20th spot in this year's draft. So, with Jones' question marks, should the problem-laden Bears draft him? Of course, the Bears already have a quarterback they drafted number 2 overall 4 years ago. But Mitch Trubisky has been on a downward trajectory since his 2018 Pro Bowl season. After being handed the starting job for 3 years, Trubisky entered the 2020 season in a tight battle with recently acquired Nick Foles for the starting position. He narrowly won the job and wound up throwing for a little over 2,000 yards on 67% accuracy and a decent 16 touchdowns and 8 picks. Not exactly MVP caliber numbers, but decent. Frankly, it just doesn't seem to me like Trubisky will get much better than what he has already shown. Despite leading the Bears to the playoffs twice in his 4 seasons, albeit by narrow margins, his overall career has seen him ranked 28th in QBR and in the bottom 10 in both passing touchdowns and interceptions. And he doesn't fit well into head coach Matt Nagy's West Coast college-style offense. Despite running a 4.67 40-yard dash, Trubisky only mustered 200 rushing yards this season in the run-pass option heavy offense. He threw more deep balls in 2020 than any other quarterback, yet ranked 31st in passing yards. Plus, GM Ryan Pace didn't pick up his 5th-year option, so he's an unrestricted free agent going into the spring of 2021. It seems clear that what you see is what you get with Trubisky. He'll be a middle-of-the-pack dude in the Bears' current system, and not much more. And with transitive property logic, the Bears will end up being a middle-of-the-pack team as well, that will only occasionally surprise and sneak into the playoffs' last open spot like they did this year. So, in my opinion, it seems clear that it is time to depart from the North Carolina alumnus if the Bears want to do better than consistent lackluster seasons and back-end wildcard appearances. But, is Mac Jones the right replacement? Can he solve the quarterback problems that have plagued Chicago for several years? First, let's evaluate if Jones can fit into Nagy's system. We know that Nagy runs a college-style RPO-heavy offense that loves the deep ball. Coincidentally, the defensive king Nick Saban was quoted this year as admitting that in today's college football, a good defense isn't good enough. The team needs a good offense to survive. To cope with the challenging landscape, Saban has introduced more run schemes and less drop-back passing situations to keep defenses on their toes. Sound familiar? The Bears employ a very similar strategy. And with Jones' success in the Crimson Tide system, it's not a far leap to presume he might fare better in Chicago than Trubisky. Additionally, Jones' arm strength has allowed him to lead the country in yards per attempt with 11.3. So when Nagy wants a deep ball, Jones can deliver. Mac Jones would almost certainly be a good fit for the Chicago Bears offense. However, if George McCaskey and the Bears want to learn from their previous mistakes, they have to figure out which head coach and general manager works best for the Bears. Is the answer Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy? It's too soon to tell, but that GM head coach pairing has been anything but a sure thing. The Bears have looked better down the stretch, but a 6-game losing streak early in the year saw this offense look even worse than when Lovie Smith led the charge on the sidelines. So if George McCaskey and President Ted Phillips like Mac Jones, they'll need to find a head coach that can definitely work well with Jones. Think Sean McVay and Jared Goff. And does Phillips trust Ryan Pace after the shaky decisions he's made since 2015? My point is the Bears have a lot of decisions to make, especially if they get embarrassed on Sunday to the New Orleans Saints. But it's not just about Mac Jones because the Bears have other options. With the 20th pick, Virginia Tech offensive tackle Christian Darrisaw will likely be available and could shore up Chicago's ailing offensive line. Another quarterback prospect in Florida's Kyle Trask will also likely be available, not only in the first round, but possibly in the mid-rounds as well. There's also been some talk that the Bears could look to acquire a veteran RPO-style quarterback like Teddy Bridgewater or Marcus Mariota this offseason as well. The thing is, the Bears have to be aggressive if they want to get a quarterback in the first 2 rounds. Atlanta could draft the QB of the future, and the Detroit Lions are heavily rumored to move on from Matthew Stafford in the offseason. Combine that with the San Francisco 49ers and New England Patriots not being happy with their current quarterback situations, and you have a pickle in Chicago. It's a perplexing situation where Chicago has to determine if a veteran or a rookie quarterback is the best fit for their offense in the future. Sure, a Mariota or a Christian Darrisaw might provide a moderate boost to an ailing team, but very rarely do veteran quarterback signings or offensive line picks convert a decent team into a great one overnight. The teams we now think of as Super Bowl contenders, like the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers, found their franchise quarterback in the draft.
Well, partner, Mama said there'd be days like this. Mama said, and that's what's happening to the Deerfield Warriors.
That's what's happening to Deerfield. It's still mind-boggling. We were talking during the halftime, right? Deerfield is a good football team from a good conference and getting blown out by a very special St. Ignatius team.
Look, I don't want to play recency bias, but this St. Ignatius team, knock on wood, could go to the state semifinals.
I think at this point it's highly likely. I mean, they're a much improved team from last year anyway, right?
And they were 8-1 last year.
Right, but and the main players, Rogai, the quarterback.
Rugai, not Rogai.
Okay, sorry, Rugai and the quarterback. They're now a senior as opposed to a junior. They're that much better. This whole team generally is bigger, stronger, taller. They've got an excellent coach. They run a very, very good offense, very precise. This team is special.
Well, if you're a fan
of showing it every time, every snap tonight, and we talked about it, they're on a mission, so their players are playing with their hearts. In addition, this team is going to be tough on the next couple opponents, next couple of weeks.
If you're St. Ignatius, would you rather play the lower seed on the road or the higher seed back here at Fornelli Field?
Oh gosh, yeah, what a great question that is. And how can a tournament be set up that way? One sure one.
The reason they do that, Bob, is every team has different strengths of schedules. So St. Ignatius, let's say St. Ignatius was 5-4, and Antioch was 9-0. Nothing against Antioch, but St. Ignatius is playing in the Chicago Catholic League. It's a gauntlet.
Yeah.
So that 5-4 might be more dignified than the Antioch 9-0.
Yeah, I suppose what you end up with on that particular question is if you're playing a top seed at home, you probably don't want that match. But if you're playing a seed somewhere in the middle, you sure want the home field advantage.
They would play the 5 seed at home, that'd be Belvedere North, or they have to go to Grayslake, which is a terrible drive from St. Ignatius.
Right.
And it could be a Friday night game all the way up in Grayslake. Right. That would be the 12 seed. They'd be the lower seed, but you'd have to go on the road.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's a very, very tough question. I mean, 5 seed or 12 seed, there's a big gap between the two. So I think in this case, only the coach knows what he would rather have. It's not a blanket. I mean, you win so many games at home compared to on the road, but if you go on the road and the team is too good, you end up ending your run right there.
Their only 2 losses were on the road, at Triton College against St. Patrick and at Mount Carmel, where nobody wins except for Mount Carmel.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you'd be making a case for a home game, I suppose.
But they were home last year. Remember, they played the 7 seed. Crete Moni was not a good matchup for them. If they played the lower seed, would they have won, even though they'd gone on the road? Well, in hindsight, you can always say that, right? If I'm St. Ignatius, I think I want the home game, but after what happened last year, maybe I want to play Grayslake as well.
5 seed is not Crete Monet, right? So there is a difference there.
Yeah, Crete Moni and Josh Franklin, that was something to watch.
Pollock and Friedman.
Good kick that time by Bestry.
Look at this.
And it's a good kick return. Gets out to the sideline near midfield.
On the return, chased out of bounds by number 12, George Lewis.
So it's a good start for Deerfield, showing some life. Now, 42 points is a long way to go, but at least they're showing some life. We like that.
And I apologize. Number 14 is not Sammy Bestry. That's Clement Carey. Max Preps lied to me again.
You're allowed. So Deerfield on the field, ready to go. Trying to make the play call above the loudspeaker above us.
Yeah, it is loud here at St. Ignatius.
Yeah, they put the speaker right above us. Of course, way out there, maybe don't hear it quite so much. But it's good music, though, here. I have to admit, the playlist they've got is terrific.
Handoff up the middle.
First
That's one way to do it.
Carey.
They give it that time to Ski Aron.
Stiegleiter on the stop.
Stiegletter now into the game. A lot of changes have been made to St. Ignatius, as you would expect in a 41-0 blowout.
First down Warriors at the Wolfpack, 43.
Even the PA guy is so used to saying first down Wolfpack. First down Wolfpack. Sorry, first down Warriors. They stick at quarterback. Schiarone again. A block in the back, and they call it.
Sienna and the carry, 47, Luciano Tufano.
Hey, man, you're down 41-0. You got to try everything to get extra yardage.
There's a flag on the play.
You gotta love to see it, partner. These guys don't always get a lot of playing time. Jack Grisco,
The offense.
and they call holding instead of the block in the back. Either way, it's 10 yards back.
So the holding call that you didn't see and the block in the back that you did see didn't get called. So second and a half a mile.
Ball at the 50, first and 18.
Warriors at midfield.
Did they put this running clock on us here?
Yep, running clock, because they're up by more than 40. So for people that have dinner plans, they're going to get home earlier. Zamora warming up on the sideline. He's coming in. It's a fly route. It's a good pass.
Great pass.
And it's a touchdown for the Warriors. Shutout no longer. Lucas Pollock.
The game.
Lucas Pollock, touchdown Warriors.
Well, that's what happens when you put the backups in usually.
Yeah, right.
That's why the preseason stats should never be dignified with a response for how good you are.
And they did stop the clock.
Because it's no longer 40 points. So we play normal football rules again because it's under 40.
So what St. Ignatius has to do is get 99-yard drives and take the ball out at the 1 yard line, keep the clock running, or not running.
41-6.
So they're just going for the 1 point. Well, I like it better when the clock doesn't run.
On the kick.
Gonzala to kick. On the hold is Fern. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Right through the uprights. It's 41-7 here on SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
41-7. No more shutout, but you know what? There wasn't a big fan section here.
Well, it was bothering me this whole game how poorly Deerfield played compared to St. Ignatius. And I really like how Deerfield came back. They look like they are on their own mission.
And I get it. It's against St. Ignatius backups, but it still counts.
Well, and it's showing the fight, which I like to see.
Most likely going to be.
What we don't know is how many Deerfield subs are in too.
You would expect an onside kick here, but you don't see a formation for it.
On the kick. Deech kept back deep for the Wolfpack.
Guskal will kick, and it's just a straight kick. Deech somewhat mishandles it, but gets it back. Past the 20. Blockers out in front, and past the 30. They'll mark at 31.
30-yard line. Wolfpack begin their drive at their own 30-yard line.
It was a very good run back, though. So 41-7. That we at halftime it would have been 82-0 if you kept going at that pace. Of course, the running clock would not allow that.
Zamora now in at quarterback, 41-7. They won last year's first-round game, 42-7 against Bremen, but they were only up 14-7 at half. Little run play, and they get a couple of yards.
Will Barnett on the carry, a gain of 3.
Same off tackle to the left, different running back, and just not quite so many yards that time.
Yeah, Vinny Rugai is a special tailback. Broke the school record for most rushing yards in a career. He started as a freshman at tailback.
I like the signs that St. Ignatius puts up for which play they're going to run. a real sign and then a fake sign, and of course it's hard to figure out what.
And some of those signs might be all audibles, right? All fake plays. You never know what. Yeah. Good run up the middle, close to the first down marker. Ran it to Barnett.
5. Brought down by number 2, Alex Fern.
Fern on the tackle, 3rd and short. They'll make it 3rd and 1 at the 39.
3rd and a yard at the Wolfpack 39.
You would expect Zamora to just do the quarterback keeper. Zamora is not a tall guy. He's only 5'8". Then again, everybody looks small compared to 6'4" Petro. Jumbo set, looking to keep the clock moving. No more running clock because Deerfield scored. Are you surprised they didn't do an onside kick? I know they're down 34 and the game's over, but...
Well, the game's effectively over. No, I'm not surprised. Kick it deep and play a normal game and make it respectable at this point.
Run up the middle. The other thing is, too, is if you don't get the onside kick, St. Ignatius could score again.
Good for a Wolfpack first down.
And it's 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack. You don't want to go home to your fans losing 48-7 because you gave up the ball at the 50-yard line on an onside kick.
That's my take on that.
At their own 42.
Keep playing a straight-up football game and try to win it that way. And even if you could pull a gimmick or two here or there, whatever, reverse, hook and lateral, 42-7 is or 41-7 is a big lead to get back. And if they do get that lead back, you would see St. Ignatius put starters back in.
Pitch play out to the left.
Oops.
Breaks through a tackle. Room to run down the sideline. Still on his feet. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. An extra couple of yards for the young man. Wow, that was impressive. A pitch play out to the left, out to 47, not on the...
It started with a missed tackle out on the side. He was trying to tackle the football instead of the player, and running back held on to the ball. 40 more yards, 30 more yards after that initial contact.
Luciano Tofano, he's actually a defensive back on the roster, but look, everybody can run the ball on this St. Ignatius team. I don't care if you're running back on the depth chart. We're going to put you at tailback. You're going to run the ball a little bit for us.
At the Warrior 22-yard line.
Zamora in at quarterback for the rest of the game. Petro has his helmet off. Hand off again. More yardage to gain for the Wolfpack.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
So we're going to test maybe your memory here. We were in a game one time and Zamora played the whole game when Petro got hurt.
Yeah. No, Petro didn't get hurt. It was 35-0 at halftime.
That's what it was? Okay.
Yeah, that was Rufus King. They were not the king of the gridiron that day.
Oh, no. 1-0 in favor of Kyle.
You didn't respond to my dad joke yesterday.
I can't remember which one it was.
Well, you know that Tampa Bay has now lost 5 of their last 6?
That's the one.
Well, you know what Tom Brady said to the media?
The buck stops here.
Yeah. Did you hear about the reptile who's untruthful?
Oh, you're not going to do too many more of these, are you?
This is the last one.
All right. The reptile that was untruthful. I haven't heard.
What a crock.
Oh, that's a good one.
Do you have any or...
No, I usually have to read them first, and then I don't normally try to remember those. If you ever get one from me, it's because I just read it.
2nd and 10.
You're not a big fan of dad jokes?
They are pretty funny.
Are they funny or just clever? I don't know if funny is the right word.
Well, and then I wonder, are there dad jokes in other languages? Because English has so many words with double meanings.
Well, you could translate all these jokes.
Right, but they don't have the same translation if you got a different word in that other foreign language. And I don't know enough other foreign languages to know how that works.
Caillou and crocodile, that would be, Spanish. Hand off the left. Petros continuing to warm up on the sideline in case Deerfield scores a couple more touchdowns. I don't see that happening. But they look good on that last drive. Granted, that was with St. Ignatius backups.
Well, and also it was one play. I mean, let's call it what it was, right? It was a beautiful pass down the middle.
Yeah. Just too little, too late. Where was that in the first half?
Well, and it wouldn't have happened in the first half with the starting defense, you wouldn't think.
We're back to 2nd and 10.
Good luck trying to block Justin Scott. He's over 6 foot tall and 300 pounds.
Well, and not just 6 foot, not over 6, is 6'5" and 310 pounds. Oh my! 25 scholarship offers, and I looked at the website. They're dating back to when he was a lot younger. To 2021, where I got some of those. So you can't help but wonder: are we going to see this guy in the pros in a couple of years?
He's got to at least be a junior to declare for the draft. Look, he's only 17 years old. Let's let him play football. But
6'5" and 310 pounds. Those don't go around trees.
Football is an interesting game, too, partner. You look at some of the all-time great quarterbacks. Breeze was only 6 foot.
Right.
Jeff Garcia went to a couple Pro Bowls. He was only 5'11".
Yeah.
How tall is Lamar Jackson?
Well, and I look at myself now, 6'1" and 235. I should be a linebacker.
Right. Yeah.
Except my 235 pounds aren't in the same places.
Zamora's a junior, so he'll take the snaps at center once Petro graduates. Another positive gain for the St. Ignatius rushing attack.
Well, I think they're going to keep a lot on the ground here.
And that was why I thought they might go for the onside kick. But even if you score to make it 41-14, you would think you have to do another onside kick, right?
Well, I don't think either coach has any thought that this game is not going to be won by St. Ignatius. So I think you could score a couple other touchdowns and too much clock will go by.
Kind of just a garbage time. I kind of think of that. Remember when the Vikings lost 49-37 to the Rams, but at one point it was actually 49-17?
They might have had some subs in there, right?
Great pitch play to the left. And a touchdown saving tackle.
First down.
Good job for the sophomore in Tefano. Might have him in the postgame show. He looks good coming off the bench.
That's the problem tonight. Everybody looks good.
Warrior 4-yard line.
Good luck to Grayslake or Belvedere. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, we've said that a couple times too. It's still a tough call though. Home against seed 5, away against seed 12.
The number 1 seed in their bracket is Wakanda. The other thing, too, partner, is I'll talk about it after this play.
Oh, they blew that play up.
Maybe a lack of communication on the blocking assignment, but Zamora was drilled as he tried to hand it off. But what I was going to ask you is it just hard to tackle in the triple option? There's 3 options, and especially if you're on defense, you're so used to spread, shotgun handoffs. St. Ignatius doesn't do that. It's under center, and it's quick. And they've got guys that can run 4.9 or faster 40-yard dashes.
Well, I think that's it. There's options. You have to keep your eye on the ball, and you have to maintain your assignment. And then, of course, there's some reads. So if you go one way, they go the other. It's just a well-thought-out offense. Obviously, it's been used for decades.
Yeah, the Bears should run it. That's why they haven't won a Super Bowl in 30 years.
Well, a lot of play actions with Fields. Obviously, they're using his legs more now than they were at the beginning of the year. I feel like they're unleashing the playbook slowly, or they're inventing the playbook as they go. Either one, they're getting better.
We'll find out on Sunday against Dallas. I always think of, remember when Trubisky was the starter? They beat Dallas on Thursday Night Football, and they had a lot of running plays and RPOs. And then the next week they played Green Bay, and they had no success. So the RPOs and the direct runs, they only work so often. Eventually you have to have success under center.
Well, I think it's just like anything. What you do in college doesn't necessarily translate to the pros. The pros are very, very talented.
Well, they're running the Edwin Diaz music. We'll take a break. It's 41-7 Wolfpack on SBS.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Thanks for battling through some of the technical difficulties we had in the first half. Didn't have many of them, but there's those cards we were talking about where they raise them up to the defense to try to distract them.
Backups now that get to run it in.
2 yards away from scoring yet again.
Right, expected
little
right
motion
up the gut.
play, good push up front. Waiting for the signal.
There it is.
Touchdown, Wolfpack.
Uh-oh, now the running clock.
Running clock again.
Let's see if they do that yet.
Hey, you can't get the shutout, but you know what? We're going to run clock because it's our home field. And I hope they stop it. I always get confused on these rules. Sometimes they run it, sometimes they don't. Sometimes the clock guy forgets.
Yeah, I think sometimes that's more it than anything else.
Blaskovich to hold. Vesteri to kick.
Bestry is now back in.
There's probably a rule that it'll be a running clock after the next kickoff or something.
Kick is right through the uprights. It's
Kick is good.
48-7. We'll stick with the action. Not much that St. Ignatius did bad tonight. A couple of flags. It's going to happen. You can't have a perfect game, but they were just great tonight.
Boy, you're bringing up a good point, though. I mean, this is as close to perfect as it can get. I can't even remember. I mean, sure, there's going to be missed blocks, and there's no such thing as a perfect football game, right? But they've just been downfield just about every time.
Are you a John Denver fan?
No.
No?
No.
No, come on.
You'll see John Denver, Barry Manilow. They're just not my style.
You gotta at least love this song. It's a classic.
It is a good song by a singer I'm not a fan of.
So you don't like Thank God I'm a Country Boy?
It's a good song by a singer I'm not a fan of, yeah.
Are there other singers you're not a fan of with songs you like?
I'm not a country fan for the most part.
Okay.
What I found, though, over the years, I like anything that's in the top 10.
Me home.
But then the girls on the bus are playing some music, man. This new stuff I haven't heard yet. But it's not bad. Just have to get used to it and hear it a couple times.
My old lady, enter to blue waters. This is a great karaoke song, too.
Sorry?
Great karaoke song. Great karaoke song.
Oh, you like it. A lot of people do, obviously.
Good return at the 2-yard line. Another block in the back. Hey, it's 48-7. No need to call it. But the problem with that is, partner, if you don't call it, especially in a game at 48-7, it could get chippy, and we could see some more pushes after the whistle. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if you don't call those, it could get worse over time.
Well, yeah, I actually didn't see it, so I didn't see how serious it was, right? But maybe the ref is like, well, it didn't matter. It wasn't involved in the play. It wasn't that bad. Let it go. I don't know. Why not let them play on if it didn't have an effect to a point?
And now the running clock. So it is, in fact, going to be running clock. That's the thing, too. If you call a flag, you lose another 30, 40 seconds that the offense could have had.
Right. I actually like that soccer rule. If it doesn't affect the play, don't call it.
RPO, they bring in a new quarterback. Down the sideline with room to run.
Maybe he can run it the whole way. Oh, and tried to make a cutback.
The turf is undefeated. He got turf tackled.
So we have to look at his number. Is he a sophomore?
Alex Fern is the senior. He's actually listed as a wide receiver.
Yeah. Well, that was a Wildcat then.
Sometimes Max Preps lies to me on the depth chart, too.
Right.
Like, remember we did that St. Patrick game, and I think it was Ryan Birdie's dad that's like, he's not a wide receiver, he's the backup quarterback.
Yeah. Well, it's not Max Prep's fault, right? It's the data that's being entered by somebody. I guess somebody needs to stay in the box.
Good handoff up the middle. Look at that.
Look at this.
The Mike Allstott trucking, and it's a touchdown for 32 in Skiarone.
Deerfield showing some life, and it should stop the clock.
Well, that's what happens, partner. If you haven't been practicing a lot with the first team on defense, sometimes you can get lazy. You didn't get low. You try to tackle high. It's a lot easier to stiff arm right or lower the shoulder on a high tackle versus a low tackle.
Well, and you don't know that this isn't the fourth string defense. Yeah, I mean, we don't know who they've got in the game from the depth chart perspective.
So all that Deerfield needs now is another onside kick, a 50-yard touchdown pass, another onside kick, and then they're back in the game.
Well, they are showing some life. That's what I like to see. They're not giving up. They are trying. Next football game won't be till next year.
Thomas Guzal with the kick is good, 48-14. All right, you're the coaching staff. Do you consider an onside kick or just play straight up football?
No, I'm going to play straight up football. That's how I would approach this. 48 minus 14, 34 points and a quarter and a half with with a running clock. Well, I guess it won't be a running clock if you continue to close the score. But no, I would definitely play it straight up. We'll see what they do. That's the thing. Yeah, that's what I would do, right? But the question is, they're the ones with the power to decide what they're going to do. It is exciting. This would be a good time to practice your onside kicks with a live, receiving team. But I think they'll kick it off deep. And if St. Ignatius continues to play with some subs, maybe Deerfield can stop them a couple, times or two and make them get a little bit nervous to put some starters back in. It looks better not seeing the 0 up there on the scoreboard, that's for sure.
Yeah, nobody wants to be one and done in the playoffs.
Does.
Where's the fans tonight? That's what I want to know. There must be a party in the West Loop that I wasn't invited to.
Either that or they knew they were going to win and they're waiting for next week for that home game against seed number 5.
They all went to the Belvedere North Grays Lake Central game to know who St. Ignatius is playing next week.
Right, they're cheering for the other team.
There's a lot of people in the Rockford area tonight that are St. Ignatius fans.
Yeah, I think I'd be, if I'm them, hope for anybody but St. Ignatius. What's this? A whistle blew on the kickoff, offsides?
Yeah, probably. You got to try it, right? You're down 32 points. See if you can get an extra step.
Offsides against the Warriors, backs him up 5.
There's sometimes in the game of football, partner, you just got to try it, right? You're like defensive back, for example. You're clearly beat on the play. You hold the wide receiver and hope the sideline judge doesn't see it.
Oh, jeez. Well, if you are beat and you think he's going to catch it, that is what you got to do. And in college football, if it's a deep pass, it's only a 15-yard penalty. In the pros, it's spot foul. So you got to know the situation before you're going to purposely take penalties or fouls. Whatever you're going to do that's going to hurt your team, you got to know when and why you're doing it.
Decent kick, but they lost 5 yards from the offside. It's returned by the wide receiver, and he will give St. Ignatius good field position.
And
Pollock
the clock
on the
is
tackle.
running.
Honestly, the game's over. You could just take 3 knees and kick it back to Deerfield if you want to. But you know what? Maybe you want to run some plays here in case there's an injury next week, God forbid. Try some guys that might have to play next week.
Well, and you might also try a play to see how well it just because you diagram it doesn't mean it's going to work in real life. You got to try it somewhere. And here you get a live defense to try it against. But, they're not going to run that play, and they're not going to use these guys in a close game next week anyway.
One zone in at QB for the Wolfpack.
But I like that they get some experience.
And Zamora's day is over at QB. So how about that? The third string guy is going to take the snaps.
Yeah, and so he gets to go home to his family and friends and everybody else and say, hey, I got to play tonight. That felt good. All that work I've been putting in, Coach thinks highly enough of me at least to be a third stringer. We have a quarterback graduating next year. Maybe next year that puts me at second string.
2nd and 7.
So it's all good when you get to play more people. More recognition is good. More playing time is good. And you're not really at the expense of the starters at this point.
Deerfield went undefeated in the Central Suburban, but this is why the Chicago Catholic League, man, it is no joke.
St. Ignatius, I've said it too many times now, is a special team, and that's Central Suburban League is a strong conference.
3rd down and 5.
It's not making sense that the score is 48-14 to me. St. Ignatius, well-coached team. Yeah, the triple option that maybe is unfamiliar some, but that's not why they're winning. St. Ignatius is just really very good, well-coached team with some very strong seniors who are going to get a lot of college looks.
Speed is too. I don't think Deerfield has seen a team this fast.
Now there goes the flag.
Defano on the carry. There's a flag on the play.
For St. Ignatius, they play a lot of teams that they're undersized against. Loyola, Mount Carmel. They got to find a way to beat them. How do you do that? Speed kills.
Speed kills, right. And misdirection.
Yeah.
And execution. And unfortunately, the flag goes, and the clock still goes. So this is going to end quickly here. Yeah, good idea. Just decline the penalty and play football.
So Deerfield will get the ball at least once more tonight. They decide to no longer allow Mac Jones to be the quarterback.
That's shocked them here. They're bringing on the punt team, the penalty being declined like that.
And by the way, partner, you got to have your helmet on before you get to the field. You could call a 5-yard penalty on that. But
well, again, hopefully the referees use some judgment on that kind of stuff.
They're also, 16, 17-year-olds. It's not like they meant to do it.
Well, you'd hate to see that called even in a 7-6 game, but here 48-14 isn't the time to make that call. Good punt.
Decent punt, and he gets it away from the returner. Fern cannot get it. All right, it's getting a little colder at Fornelli Field, especially if you're a member of the Deerfield Warriors.
Well, the 30-yard line. Way this is going, we got 7 minutes and 5 seconds to be in this semi-chilly weather. This is great football weather.
It was just a team effort tonight for St. Ignatius. I mean, Rugai stole the show, but you got to give credit to the left tackle and left guard. He was getting some ridiculous holes.
Yeah.
First down, Warriors for the
This is one of those you give the MVP to the coach. It's just a well-coached team that are executing well, and we're well prepared.
What a job Matt Miller has done. Help comes and miscommunication there. They had the right play call, but the tailback wasn't ready for it in the flat.
So 2nd and 10.
Clock will continue to run.
That's the sad part. Even in a blowout like this, I'd like to see all the players be able to play longer with the normal football rules. Then all these backups who are in the game get to see a lot more snaps. It just goes too quickly. We're down to, what, 6 minutes, right?
Ref had a hot day tonight. He's got to get home.
Oh, right up the middle.
There's Fern again. They're going after the ball as St. Ignatius.
Fern on the carry. Brought down by Tefano.
You know, going after the ball, I was just thinking about that. That means they get the ball back. There goes 79, right? And they get the ball back, and then you're off the field. So you're almost better off not grabbing the ball from them if you want to keep playing. So they're unselfishly grabbing at the ball.
Now in the game is Fidencio Rivas, 5'9", 334 pounds. He's a senior from Chicago Jesuit Academy.
Let's see if he can penetrate up the middle and stop this play. Ran outside.
32 and breaks through another tackle. Good job that time by Schiarone. Last chance to text in. The text line's open tonight. Your favorite high school, college, or NFL memory. Text 330-957-7653.
Well, since we didn't get any text, why don't we do one of those shout-outs again? I think it's right here, right?
Yep. Once again, shout out to Patty Ahern, a.k.a. Mrs. Beasley. Eleanor Manning. We do not think she's related to Peyton Manning. Happy 12th birthday.
46-yard line.
For continued support from Mimi Boyle.
Mimi? Did you say Mimi? Probably Mimi.
Mimi, yeah. Out to
I
Pollock.
know this because that's what we named our cat. Sorry, Mimi.
Stiff arm and a beauty.
Burns pass to Pollock complete.
Another first down.
Brought down by 18, Liam Stanley.
So when you have mere mortals in the defense, you know, Deerfield is pretty good. So Deerfield can get into the end zone, make it a semi-respectable score.
It was 41-0 at halftime, man.
Oh, yeah. It's outrageous.
Technically, Deerfield outscored St. Ignatius in the second half, but that's because Jake Petro and Vinny Rugai weren't playing.
Well, among others, right. I mean, they're only good because they have a good team, too.
I mean, this was one of those rare games. The Schiarone is just not giving up, partner. He's giving it his all, even though the game's clearly over.
But I like that, though. You know, you don't get that many chances to play. You've got your chance. Show that you can hustle.
Schiarone will end his college career
first down Warriors
as the 5'10", 195 running back. Also plays some linebacker.
I think I'd do this with no huddle if you're going to have a running clock like that.
At the Wolfpack 15-yard line.
I mean, it's a quick game, partner. It's only 8:48 right now. We started after 7.
That means wherever we go for dinner is going to actually be open this time.
Still got to do post game though, but.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah, St. Ignatius dominated tonight. I mean, this was one of those rare games, partner. It was over before it started. I mean, you just felt like, oh my goodness, Deerfield is they're in a tough spot after Rugai went 53 yards on the first play from scrimmage.
And without embarrassing myself too much, before the game started, I thought this was going to be close, and Deerfield had a shot at winning this. But boy, I couldn't have been more off today.
And then not only that, but Deerfield looked lost and confused on offense, and then St. Ignatius goes right down the field again to make it 14-0.
Yeah, I mean, lost and confused, we can say that, but I think the reality is St. Ignatius just outmanned them. And you can see by the way that they're executing their offense here, even with the backups themselves, they've got a good team, a good group of players. They have another flag coming at them.
Yeah, probably a face mask. The other thing is, too, partner, Justin Scott is just such an animal at defensive tackle. you have to double team him almost every play, and that allows one-on-one matchups. And if your running back's not good at, tackling the defender and picking up the blitz, you just put your quarterback in a tough spot one-on-one on the edge with the defensive ends.
Yeah, I wonder if double teaming him is enough. Put your whole offensive lineman against him, he might still get to the quarterback.
He's going to be fun to watch at Michigan, Tennessee, or wherever he decides to play his college ball.
I do that with the volleyball players that end up going someplace else or after when I have them at Harper, right? And then you follow them on the web and see what their statistics are, see how many games they play. It's really fun to see. Just knowing one player that goes to whatever, University of Wisconsin or something afterwards is nice to know.
Little fullback dive and a touchdown for Deerfield. It's too little, too late. They'll stop the clock at 1:12.
Handing off to number 90, Alex Bassett.
Bassett gets credit for the touchdown.
So, with 1:12 to go, we'll get this extra point and a kickoff in maybe 1-2 plays.
They'll just take a knee, will St. Ignatius.
Yeah.
And looks like the PA guy is. Oh, he's back.
Oh, no.
I thought he turned off his mic, and he said, I'm done.
Sounds like he dropped his mic.
And not the good type of drop of mic.
Right. Oh, Kyle 2, Bob nothing.
Shout out to Bruce Anderson, the former TV director at Hoffman Estates TV. He taught me a lot about dad jokes.
Oh, no. Well, we have to remember that we're on the air, right? So that's about the only jokes we can do. But I will say, you are good at them.
Did you know that Zach Galifianakis is a fan of St. Ignatius?
Are you going to make this 3-0?
Wolfpack, baby, hangover. Not my best dad joke, but good snap, good hold. Kick is good. 48-21. Yeah, at least they scored 3 times tonight.
I mean, that does say something. It's going to be interesting to watch the next 2 weeks, though, for St. Ignatius.
Well, they got to win. They got to win next week to get to the third week.
Well, then is Crete Monet in their way?
The good news for St. Ignatius, they're on the other side of the bracket, so they wouldn't see them till the state championship.
They're in their
game.
way, but not until late, right?
You got to wonder about Wakanda. Now, the other thing is, too, partner, Wakanda's the higher seed because they had the better record. That doesn't mean necessarily Wakanda, the 1 seed on their side of the bracket, is the better team.
Well, it's going to be interesting to watch that one because Wakanda is another team that I would say is a very good, very strong team that are in a strong football conference and should do very well here. But St. Ignatius is looking like they're just world beaters here.
You got to wonder, man, if they lost by 30 points to Mount Carmel, who the heck's going to beat Mount Carmel in the playoffs?
Yeah, well, yeah. And I wasn't here for that game, so
that was at Mount Carmel, so
yeah.
Only losses were to St. Patrick. Really, St. Ignatius had trouble in that game.
Well, didn't they win on a last-second heroic play?
On the hook and ladder last week.
Right.
Now, there was 1:12 remaining in the game, but yeah, they won on the hook and ladder last week against Fenwick. Fenwick always gives St. Ignatius problems in the rivalry game. I wish the Bears could say the same about the Packers.
Well, they used to until Favre and then Rodgers came along. I kept expecting the Bears to be able to do well against the Packers after Favre would retire, but no, then Rodgers.
Believe it or not, the Bears used to dominate that rivalry after Lombardi retired.
Well, I would have expected that. Small market, too cold. Who wants to play in Green Bay?
Breaks through a tackle and then out of bounds.
And then they get Favre and Rodgers, and everybody wants to play in Green Bay.
Mike Mundo on the return.
Minot on the return, and then that will start the clock again.
And drive at their own 30-yard line.
I think this could be the only play they get. Yeah, you said knee. That's probably what will happen. That's a shame. This has been an interesting game tonight, but you're seeing a very strong St. Ignatius team.
Even if they have to play the higher seed, they would be here at home. Belvedere North will probably be there for that one. And you got to wonder, man.
Well, unfortunately, I'll be in Florida for that one. I want to be here for that one.
You could fly back.
It wouldn't that
drive
be fun?
Back. You can bring the wife. We'll put her on videography.
Yeah, I'd feel very professional flying back just for a broadcast. Oh, it's not a knee.
Go up the middle with it. Good tackle.
And that'll do it.
So the third string quarterback, Wazong, takes it up the middle, and that will do it. St. Ignatius wins 48-21 over the Deerfield Warriors.
You almost can't do a post-game wrap-up on what happened here. I mean, St. Ignatius was simply just too much for Deerfield.
I mean, the game was over before it started. It was 7-0 with 10 seconds into the first quarter.
Yeah, the first play, 50-some-odd yards to the house.
What else can you say? St. Ignatius, man, they're on a mission, and they're a couple wins away from going to their first ever quarterfinal and or semifinal.
Yeah, and maybe even more than that, the way that they're playing here. Maybe they'll meet Mount Carmel in that final.
Well, Mount Carmel's in 7A, so they wouldn't play Mount
Carmel.
Carmel.
Play them, of course not. Right. I should have known that.
But any final thoughts before we go to the post-game show?
Just who are we going to get?
I'll go with Corey, with Clement Carey. He scored to make it 28-0. It is rare when we interview a wide receiver because we don't have to, because they don't have to pass the ball.
Right. Well, that'd be a perfect guy to interview. You get to ask those unusual questions that you don't get to ask then.
Like, what is it like playing wide receiver? No, you don't have to catch the ball because the other team can't stop the run.
Well, hopefully not another one of the what does it mean to you questions that the other guys like to bring up all the time, right?
Yeah, so.
Those are hard.
Well, this is a St. Ignatius program. Until last year, they had never won in the playoffs. They are now 1 week away from getting to their first ever quarterfinal. That would be their most ever wins in a postseason.
Well, and I can't help but think, even when those seniors, those really talented seniors do graduate, they've got a lot of undergraduates that are going to take that spot. And St. Ignatius looks to me like they're going to be good for a long time. This is not just a flash in the pan because they've got a superb quarterback, or like in the basketball terms, they've got Larry Bird this year. You know, that's not what you were seeing here. St. Ignatius is a strong team. And I like to see this at the end of the game, too. Both teams together in the middle.
St. Ignatius waving to the fans.
Oh, that's not what we're seeing. There we go. One team in the middle, St. Ignatius all on the side.
Well, partner, you'll be in Florida. I'll most likely be here next week. Unless they go to Grayslake, then we'll see. But guess I'm rooting for Belvedere. But then again, last year I was rooting for Crete Moni, and that didn't work out so well.
Well, at the end, all the teams end up pretty good. Sometimes it's anybody's game. But St. Ignatius is sure making a plea for the win this year. They're just on that mission.
And you got Petro, who's tougher, more pounds, and taller.
Yeah.
Good luck trying to tackle that guy if he fakes a handoff and does the quarterback sneak.
Right. It's stronger, taller, more mature, everything. Smarter.
Better arm strength.
Mm-hmm.
The ball's coming out of his hand quicker. He looked great tonight throwing the football.
Well, and like it was weird, though, in the warm-ups. Like the first time when they saw him earlier in the year, the warm-ups, he's leading the receiver, and he was spot on with his passes. And I was like, oh, this quarterback's good this year. And then tonight, the passes in warm-ups were all coming up short. And it was odd to me. But, of course, tonight they didn't need to pass the ball.
Yeah, and when they did pass, because the offensive line protection was so good, Petro would have enough time to throw it to a wide-open receiver.
Here's the prayer session that I was talking about earlier. Sometimes we do that where both teams come out into the middle and kind of piggyback on the other team's prayer session. I always think that's such great sportsmanship.
Yeah, well, obviously Deerfield not in the best of moods. They go home. Could have been worse. They lost 41-0. I mean, they were down 41-0. They lose 48-21. Final thoughts about Deerfield, what they could have done better, or is it just a better team? They just didn't have a chance tonight?
I think sometimes the team is just so good, and you didn't have a whole lot of chance tonight. A good team on a mission. It wasn't going to happen tonight. But Deerfield is a good team, a good program. They're heading the right direction. They got the young quarterbacks going. The future is bright for Deerfield. They shouldn't be too discouraged here.
Deerfield moves to 6-4. St. Ignatius 8-2. Look to go 9-2 with a win next weekend. We'll take a break. Post-game show coming up next here on SBS, the broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. I'm Kyle Smith, but I don't matter. This young man matters. Clem Carey with a heck of a game. Touchdown reception to make it 28-0. St. Ignatius led 41-0. At the end of the first half, ended up winning 48-21. You guys don't have to pass a lot because they can't stop the run. A lot of teams can't. Oh, yeah. But when you do pass, it's a big play almost every time. What is working so well with these fly routes?
Man, it's practice every week. Triple option team, but we're still every inside run we're running 7 on. We're running routes as much as we can. So I think it's just that practice.
Big time reception. You've had a couple drops this year, but that was the best time to have one to make it 28-0. What was going through your mind to make that catch to put away Deerfield?
Man, it's just I gotta trust myself. Even though drop down there, catch down here, it's just I gotta trust my hands. Even when we do throw it, I know I gotta make the most of it.
In case that Petro ever underthrows the ball, how do you come back to the ball if it's a 50-50 ball to make that catch and get it over the defensive back?
Man, I trust Petro. I love Petro. He's just a great kid. I trust him. See him rolling out, come back to it, catch it, break the tackle.
What were you guys able to see on the game film? First play from scrimmage, Rugai takes it 53 yards to the house, and it was all St. Ignatius after that.
Well, obviously I love passing the ball, but when we know we can dominate a team, we're going to do it, and then surprise them with the pass. So it's really just a line, the whole team.
We talked a lot about in the broadcast. You think it's for opposing defenses like Deerfield, for example. They're so used to seeing spread. They see triple option, and the speed that you guys have is just impossible to defend.
Definitely impossible. I mean, the speed we got on the line, it's just toughness. Coach is talking about it all the time. We know that we're the better team. Just be the better team.
I don't want to pressure you, but if you win next week, it's the first ever trip to the quarterfinals for St. Ignatius. It's either Belvedere North or Grays Lake Central. Do you know who you want to play, or is it just whoever we play, we're going to dominate?
Whoever we play, we are going to dominate, but I have no idea. We were just talking about it. I think there's another triple option team we could play.
Okay.
Hopefully it's them. Show them who's better.
Final thoughts about the victory tonight?
Great game. Happy to get my looks, and it's just a great game.
Cleb Carey with the touchdown reception. St. Ignatius wins 48-21. So for our excellent crew, Bob Vilsaway and Karen Lentz, I'm Kyle Smith signing off. St. Ignatius wins 48-21, and we'll see you next week for the round of 16.